Superman,
C'è anche Spider-Man là.
more or less.
C'è anche...
Basilisk, Harry Potter.
Oh, allora. Let's try to lighten up a little bit the mood by talking about the match Verona versus AC Milan. So, I actually had the chance to go to Verona. So, I actually have some live footage from Verona, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Verona, obviously, and what are the most iconic things to do there. Cappuccino in Verona is past midday, so technically I should not be drinking cappuccino in Italy because people get very upset if you do that. But I am a bad Italian, so let's start from the beginning. Verona is the city of love. Yes, exactly. It's the city of Romeo and Juliet. Exactly. So in Verona, you can actually visit the house. Is it the house really though? I don't know. The place of Romeo and Juliet, right? And when you visit, there is a statue of Juliet, and there is a legend there that if you touch the right boob, the right boob of Juliet, you are gonna get very, very lucky. So there's a statue there that all the people go there and just touch the boobs. So this is where you can find the statue of Romeo and Juliet, and you can touch her boobs. And we should bring the whole AC Milan team here to touch and see if things get better. Yes. Now, a fun fact is that the original statue is not there. Why? Because too many people went to touch her boobs, and the right boob got a little bit consumed. They had to change the statue because it was unbearable. Even now, if you go there, there's going to be a lot of tourists there lining up and trying to touch her. But that's supposed to bring you good luck, so I went there and did what I had to do. Also, a wall in the exit that you'll see in the video, that in which a lot of people write their names. But please don't do that. There are signs everywhere that ask you, please do not do that, but people keep doing it, okay? That's not good. And a lot of Italians people do it too, so it's not good. So don't do it. So what else is in Verona? Verona is a very beautiful city. There is the Arena of Verona. But before the Arena, I'm gonna teach you about very Christmassy food in Verona called the Pandoro. So in Italy, it's tradition during Christmas to eat Pandoro, which is a star-shaped bread, sweet bread kind of thing. I'll show you the pictures. And it's amazing, it's very good, and it's made in Verona. Arena di Verona. That amphitheater has actually a legend behind it because it's unfinished. So the legend goes something like this. There's a guy, a nobleman, which is a very bad guy. He's a very bad guy that did horrible things. And he got sentenced to death. The guy didn't want to die. So he said that if his life could be spared, he would be like a beautiful amphitheater for the people of the city. The guards, or whoever, said, well, okay, we'll spare your life if you can build this thing in one night. The nobleman said, I can't do this in one night, please, I cannot do it in one night. So he asked help to Satan, and he will basically give him his soul if the amphitheater will have been built in one night. The devil surprisingly replied and said, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. And he started building with a lot of demons. They started building the amphitheater. Now the nobleman was kind of scared, was kind of terrified about it. It's like, oh, damn, I wasn't talking for real. Like, I don't want to sell my soul, so that kind of stuff. And he repented. And he called for the Holy Virgin Mary, to help him clean up the mess. Mary was moved by his words, by his repentance, and came down to help, and something like a bell, I don't know, there was like a bell sound, and the demons fled. They fled, and the guy was the guy's soul was spared. But the monument, the amphitheater, remained unfinished. That's the story behind it. I don't know, you can believe it or not. It's a very nice story. But yeah, Verona is very beautiful. So Panettone, Arena di Verona, Romeo and Juliet, which is obviously, you know, the Shakespeare, but apparently the first novella, the story was actually written by an Italian guy, which I actually forgot the name now, but I will write maybe somewhere. So that is a very interesting thing too. I don't know if you did know. So during Christmas in Verona, they're doing these Christmas markets. There are crabs and frittelle and a lot of good food. So if you have the chance, obviously go and visit Verona, because Italy, it's a very beautiful country. I keep saying that, but trust me, it is beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about the match a little bit. Let's talk about what we have to talk about. So Milan, Verona versus Milan. Verona versus Milan is gonna be something weird. Why? I don't know. But Verona, in the last 5 games, Verona only won 1. Verona is fighting for the relegation right now, and Milan is fighting for the Conference League. Beautiful. Unfortunately, Milan has more injuries right now. You remember Fonseca saying, the results are not there, but at least we don't have injuries. Now we have also the injuries. So we don't know exactly the formation, but we know that in attack he was tempted to try and play the Camarda, because the two strikers we got, Morata and Abraham, can't score much. But I think in the end he's going to play Abraham and Morata. Nothing's going to change too much. We're going to see Liberali again. In defense, we're going to see Jimenez again. So now Jimenez is amazing, has been amazing. I don't know why we didn't play with Jimenez before, but so Jimenez is going to play in the left. But now I ask myself, okay, Hernandez this year is just like not performing, okay? But we know the potential of Hernandez, and that's why I can't stand people that say, oh, we should sell Hernandez, sell Leo. Yeah, let's sell our decent players to buy other players. Like, I'm not gonna say the name. But it doesn't make sense to me, a statement like this, because the mess of AC Milan is due to ownership and management. So it's like, I'm not gonna blame the single players, especially the good ones. So I was just wondering, so if Jimenez was this, and Jimenez is not left-footed, right? He's right-footed. Why we didn't play with Hernandez on the left and Jimenez on the right? Because to me, that's the most logical thing to do. Probably they wanted to push on Emerson, and they still want to push on Emerson because he has to gain some value, right? He has to gain some value because that's how it works. But our market right now has been performing very, very poorly. Very poorly. Like, the only player that actually performed good was basically Fofana. Morata and Abraham, they're like, not too good until now. Pavlovic is forgotten. We didn't hear about Pavlovic that much recently. In fact, our main defenders are now Gabbia and Ciao. While like in the beginning of the year, they were talking about, using the speed of Tomori with the aggressiveness, the body with the physique of Pavlovic. Yeah, that's gone. Even Tomori recently is not playing because it seems like Fonseca found an equilibrium with Ciao and Gabbia. Good, because we changed the main couple like every game recently. It's like, it was unbearable to watch every game. Still is a little bit unbearable to watch AC Milan games, but it's like when we find some attacking power, we lose in defense. When we find some defensive solidity, we lose on attacking powers. Like, we can't find like a balance. AC Milan is so unbalanced right now, and the standings shows that, because we are 8th. It's been a terrible year for AC Milan. This year is gonna conclude in his ugliness, his full ugliness. I'm not even sure we can win against Verona at this point. So there are talks already of who is going to be the next coach for AC Milan. There are like a billions names that I'm not going to stay here and talk about because it's just like rumors. So they're not concrete enough. Maybe if Fonseca loses against Verona, then those rumors will be more reliable, I think. But even then, I don't see this management firing the coach. Like if they didn't fire him until now, they're not gonna fire him at the end of the year. So, but speaking about the Pandoro, the Verona Pandoro. So in Italy you have Pandoro and Panettone. Pandoro is the clean one. Panettone has some raisins inside, right? There is this way of saying in Italy that will a coach be able to eat the panettone or the pandoro? This is a common saying for when a coach is not performing well, meaning is not gonna stay until Christmas and is gonna get fired before or right after Christmas. I thought it will be interesting for you to know. So I hope you will be able to enjoy whatever you're gonna do, but whether you watch AC Milan or not. Now I have this moral thing in my head, which is this moral decision, which is I love the AC Milan kit, the anniversary one. Recently, the kits they released recently were not for me, they were not like that beautiful, the Puma kits, but this one is actually so beautiful. I am so tempted to get that one, but it's at the same point, I really don't want to give them money because I feel they don't deserve it. But that kit it's gonna be years before they do something beautiful like this. So I'm really, really tempted to get that one. It's so expensive. It's very expensive, but it's just so beautiful without sponsors, just red and black, no white, Yeah, that's one of my preoccupations recently. It's like, damn, I really like that one, but I don't want to buy it, but I want to buy it, but I don't want to buy it, you see? So who knows what I'll do? We'll see. All right, have a good one. Ciao.